Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing something that I never do, I have never done, which is we're going to try and play and complete a challenge. So this is going to be kind of like a newbie's guide to challenges because this is my first one. And we're going to be doing the Soul Food Legacy Challenge created by SimSiga. And the reason I decided to participate in the challenge is because it's about Black culture. And on top of that, I saw a little bit of chitter chatter about whether or not SimSiga was Black or not. And I just want to go on my little rant to say Black people sound all different kind of ways. And I relate to her so much just by listening to the way that she articulates herself, being Black in this space and truly being authentically herself. So let me just end my rant and we're going to get right into the challenge. So Generation 1 is Red Velvet Cake, and the traits are outgoing, good, and hot-headed. The aspiration is friend of the world, and the color is red. Your parents always instilled in you the importance of human connection. Whether you're volunteering, hosting cookouts, or teaching, you are always for the community. With your boisterous mouth and itis-inducing cooking, you quickly become the neighborhood's big mama or big papa. Even the mailman slash woman knows you by name. Everyone loves you, but also knows not to mess with you. Your temper gets the best of you sometimes, but hey, you'd be upset too if guests left dirty dishes or if the kids going in and out of the door were letting your cold air out. Okay, and then the setup for this challenge. So the setup for this challenge did require you to have a teen. You are a single mom, essentially. And you also have a relative and nieces and nephews that don't live in the same home as you. I did all of that, and you guys will meet them later on. She started out with some skills. I believe level 3 of charisma, level 4 of cooking, and level 4 in research and debate. Check the Tumblr for exact rules. I will link SimSiga's Tumblr in the description below. So just check that. I did build this house and I think it came out pretty cute. The home is supposed to be kind of modest. For me, this is modest because I feel like that can go one of two ways. And I do feel like the home is not modest. And I posted it on my gallery. So if you want the house, it's on my gallery under Lyra Sims Gamer. You can find the house there. Okay, so this is our sim. Her name is Renisha Velveteen, and this is her son, Rico Velveteen. And we're going to just jump right in, and they're going to get right to work. So Renisha did need to grade some papers. She is a school teacher. As per the challenge rules, they have to be um, in the education career at level 3. And Rico is a student, obviously. So he's going to jump right in and do his homework. And then some of the goals for this challenge were to max the cooking skill. And Rico's just calling up his cousins to come over and hang out. But in the meantime, some of the goals for this challenge are to max the education career, max the cooking skill, max the charisma skill, have 3 close relationship with neighborhood kids and their parents, throw 10 successful dinner parties, volunteer through the phone menu as many times as you like, have at least one more child, marry the male woman or male man or the repair woman or repair man. Doesn't have to be the first one we meet. And when the sim dies, we have to save their ghost for later. So those are the rules for this generation and the goals. Okay, so here are their cousins. You guys are meeting Rel and their cousin Rihanna. So this is Rel and Rihanna, and they are cousins to Rico and nieces and nephew for Renisha Velveteen. So they're just hanging out. And I did already jump in and give them skills and stuff. So Renisha That's actually Rihanna. So Rihanna jumped right into doing her homework because I gave them some character already. So I did give them like manners and responsibility. I gave them a few skills. Like I really kind of set the scene for the Let's Play. But for this episode in particular, I really want to work on getting her promoted because we do have to max the education career and she does have work on Monday morning. It is Sunday in the game. And Rico's just going to do Rico. So you guys will get to see more about him. I think he has the relatable aspiration. And he is, I don't know if I even went over his traits. Rico is also, he's an it sim, which means he tends to be charming and sweet. They usually like to dress well and have the coolest friends. So Rico's probably going to have lots and lots of friends. And they're the center of attention and care a lot about their appearance. And he's also self-assured and relatable. So he builds friendly relationships with fellow teens faster. And those are some of Rico's traits. And we'll get to see more about Rico as it progresses. I actually kind of want him to be active as well. So we'll probably get a basketball hoop and I'll let him shoot around with that. And if I didn't mention before, we did decide to set up in San Sequoia. And really, I kind of just wanted to jump into it. Normally, I would replace more lots, but I'll do that later. So they're just really cute. I feel like Renisha and Rihanna, that looks like that could be her kid. Like they favor each other so much due to like genetics and me creating them in genetics. And the family's just going to go over there and play cards because that's what they do when they get together. They're playing, in my head, they're playing spades, but I see a star, so who knows what they're actually playing. But that's what me and my family like to do when we get together. So they're over there teaching the little ones how to play spades. And I just wanted to zoom in on him to show how cute he is. I feel like Uncle's really, really cute. Minus the red hair. Like normally I would never make my Black Sims have this hair color. I never have. So this makes me play outside of my comfort zone. And so far I really, really like it. This is Derek Velveteen. That's the name of their uncle. It's Uncle Derek. Which is kind of crazy because everybody else's names start with an R to kind of like, red velvet cake. So Renisha Velveteen. Everybody else's name starts with an R except Uncle Derek. His name starts with a D. And Uncle Derek is married. And these are only 2 out of his 4 kids. He has 4 kids. So we'll meet the other ones later. He has a toddler and he also has an infant. So I really wanted to have her work on her cooking skill because one of the requirements to get to Generation 2 is for her to max that skill. So I hopped right into that. One thing I will say, being a newbie that's barely starting to play challenges, is that I really like having a direction. Even though like I'm not in control of what happens, it's nice to have a plan. So I don't have to think about like what I'm going to do next. I'm really enjoying that. And so Rico just came out here to chill. I did change the weather because you guys saw it raining in my house. EA really needs to fix that. So usually when it rains in my game, I'm just going to change it because the game is still broken and the weather glitches drive me nuts. So now it's sunny all of a sudden in the game. So, just blink and act like that didn't happen. So she's just going to be doing some cooking. I'm actually going to call Rihanna over after they eat so that they can do some cooking together so that they can bond because I didn't cheat the relationships up. I kind of want them to form those bonds all on their own. So that's something that we get to kind of watch happen, which is out of my hands because if we cheated the skills and stuff as per the challenge rules. So relationships, we'll see how they form on their own. Right now, the family's just bonding. I don't know. I feel like maybe we should add more relatives. It might be kind of fun, but we'll see later on as the Let's Play goes on. So Rico is just going to play with his cousins. Well, Uncle Derek just sits there and watches him play. I wish he would kind of move. He kind of messing up our little gaming session right now. But they're just playing the video game, getting up his gaming skill. They're so cute. I cannot. If it wasn't for this challenge, I never would have even thought to make redhead Sims. I rarely make redhead Sims in my game. So, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it so far. So our girl Renisha is still working on that cooking skill. I'm hoping by the end of the episode, she'll be at least 2 skills up, but that could just be wishful thinking because it's still barely Sunday at 6. And so she's going to ask her brother to help her cook so that I can work on that relationship and let it form naturally on its own. And also, I don't know what she meant by, because one of our challenge rules is for them to get their nails done every time they fade. That's actually a feature that I never play with in the game. So I just added nails and cast. If any of you know what she meant by get their nails done every time they fade and how I can actually use that, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm going to have to tweak that or figure it out on my own, because I have no idea what she meant by that. So if any of you know, please let me know. Okay, and so Rico is just, I think I'm going to have him come dance with his little cousins. Look at how cute they are. I'm definitely going to have to add more clothing options for Rico. But so far, they're just bonding. Like, I love it so much. The in-home bonding right now. It's super cute. He's dancing with his cousin, Rel. And Rel really kind of looks up to Rico a lot. Why, I don't know, because Rico's a little bit troubled. You guys will see later on as the Let's Play progresses. But Rico is nobody to look up to. And you guys see Rihanna set the table. That she's so responsible. We love her. We're gonna just have Rico come out here and shoot some hoops and work on his athletic and fitness skill. And obviously he sucks. So you guys can tell that I didn't cheat any of Rico's skills. I thought that would be kind of fun to start from scratch with Rico because he's just a teen. He doesn't have to be perfect at everything, especially because the way this challenge is set up, we're going to be playing this family quite a bit. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish Generation 1. I'm excited to see if I can even stick with it because I've never done a challenge. But if I can stick with it, Rico will be completely skilled by the end of the generation. And I'm debating if I want him to be the heir because he's so freaking cute. So Rico may end up being our heir because I do love him. Or later on, one of the challenge rules is that she has to have a baby later on in life. So we'll just see how I connect with that sim. But as of right now, Rico's the heir. I'm just waiting for her cooking skill to go up. And mind you guys, she does have work in the morning. So I'm just hoping that we get somewhere on this. Hopefully this will put her at level 5 because she started off at level 3. No, they start off at level 4. So just ignore me. They start at level 4 in cooking, level 3 charisma, level 3 research and debate. So it is like 10 something in the game and Rico is asleep. So Rico's knocked out. This is Rico's room. I don't know if I did a close up of his room or not, but Rico's very into music. And our girl just gained the family oriented trait, which is cool because, you know, she's all about her son. So she had a personality discovery just that quick. I guess it's from her family being all around her. So we're going to just go forward a little bit because she does need to go to sleep because she has work in the morning. I just thought it was funny that Trashley showed up here in the middle of the night. Like, we did not get a welcome wagon, which is weird, but we got Trashley dressed in a trench coat in the middle of the night. Okay, so we finally got our girl to sleep because she has work in the morning and Rico obviously has school. She's so cute. All right, guys, it is the next morning and Rico is about to get dressed to go to school. I don't know why he's standing there like that, but we're gonna put him in his everyday clothes to get him ready to go to school. And we don't have a lot to choose from. I really need to do a lookbook, but I was really anxious to start the challenge, so he gonna wear what he has. All right, so he's just doing everything he needs to do to get ready for the morning. And Renisha is still sleeping because I think she goes to work a little bit later than Rico goes to school. We're gonna have Rico come in the kitchen and grab some breakfast. Why he brushed his teeth and then grabbed breakfast, I don't know. You know those pancakes taste like toothpaste water, but that's okay. Whatever floats his boat. Let him enjoy his breakfast. He should have did it in the opposite order, but that's okay. And then he went right to playing basketball after breakfast because Rico is very passionate about his sports. He's very active. And once again, it's raining in San Sequoia. I don't know. I feel like this town is kind of like Brindleton Bay, which everybody knows it always rains in Brindleton Bay every single day. There's no such thing as a sunny day in that world. So we'll see how this world pans out. Because I don't think I play in this world that much. So we're going to see. Renisha is awake. She's finishing up breakfast. And then we're going to get her off to work. I'm going to have her use the bathroom and take a shower before she goes. And hopefully she'll get a promotion. Listen, you guys. SimSiga said a teen sim, not a good sim. So we're going to give Renisha a hard time. I'm going to have Rico here skip school. He's not going to be a model student. He's not going to be a role model for his little nieces and nephews. He's going to give her a run for her money because he knows she has work. So since she has work, Rico is going to skip school. That plays out perfectly. He's like, I don't got to go to school. I'm just going to stay at home and shoot hoops. She never going to find out. And that's what Rico decides to do. Phone call from his uncle. So Rico's just gonna, sure. His uncle's basically telling him that he had a dream about Grim and Grim was following him. Rico's like, yeah, okay. And now he's just gonna go use the bathroom, take a shower, and have the house to himself while Renisha's at work when Rico is supposed to be at school. He may be a troubled, rebellious teen. At least he still washes his hands and takes a shower. And just because Rico doesn't like school doesn't mean that he doesn't like to learn. Like, Rico is very, very smart. He just doesn't like to go to school. And Renisha's a single mom, so she's not at home to tell Rico, like, hey, you better make sure you go to school. Rico's like, I could just learn at home. Why do I have to go to school to learn? So he ditches, but he's brushing up on his logic skill because he is highly intelligent and loves to read. Well, we don't know this ghost, but I literally didn't read any of this and just skipped to the end where it said free money. So that's what we did. So Rico's at home. I guess he's homeschooling himself, lying to his mom, but he did get to Logic's level 2, which is something. All right, so Renisha's home from work. She did not get promoted and her fun is really low. And her brother Derek is outside waiting for her, which is kind of cool. So it's just showing like how they're getting closer. We didn't do that. I didn't want to do the whole dating thing because we know that our girl has to marry or get with the mailman per the rules of the legacy challenge. So we're not going to worry about that. I'm just waiting for something to break so that we can call the repairman or something. I'm just waiting for us to need a handy person before we dive into that. So Renisha's going to go ahead and play video games with Rico. Rico's going to pretend like he's been at school all day because he's just kind of going through something right now. So he's like, "Yeah, mom, school was great. I had a great day. How was your day at work?" And they're just gonna bond and hang out playing video games. Hopefully, Uncle Derek will come and join them. But they're just hanging out after school and work. So one of the other things with this challenge is to have three close relationship with neighborhood kids and their parents. So we're gonna go and meet some of the neighbors. And because we live in San Sequoia, there aren't really any like direct next door neighbors, but we're gonna walk down and meet the neighbors. All right, so we made it to the neighbor's house, and outside are two of the neighbor kids, Brooklyn Newman and Miles Newman. And we don't know a lot about them, but what I know as the player is that we do need to form these relationships with the neighbor kids. And they're super cute. And these Sims are on my gallery. Not Miles, but Brooklyn and her mother are no CC Sims. They're on my gallery. So check my gallery for them. And so Renisha's just like getting to know them, talking to them. And we're going to have Rico go knock on the door so that we can have access to the inside of the house because Renisha does need to have a relationship with the parents too per the challenge. So, okay, we got invited inside. The kids are super cute. They're really getting along with Renisha well. So maybe we'll babysit someday and have them over. The house is really cute. I did not build this house. I got this house, I think, off the gallery or it came with the world. I'm not for sure. And so this is the mother of the two children. Her name is Michaela Newman. We don't know a lot about her, but I'm sure we'll get to know her as the series progresses. Obviously, she likes books because she had a big old book cloud over her head. But so far, that's really all we know about her. So Renisha does come inside and eventually introduce herself to her neighbor, Michaela. And hopefully the two of them will get along really well as we get to know Michaela's traits. We know that Michaela is a single mom, and Renisha is also a single mom, so they have that in common. And now they're gonna head home because it's 8 o'clock in the game, and Rico does have school. I'm unsure if Rico's gonna make it to school because Rico at this point kind of does what he wants to do while Renisha's at work because she's a single mom. So we're gonna end up seeing if Rico makes it to school or if he doesn't make it to school or what's going to happen in the next morning. But they're going to get home and cook dinner because they're both pretty hungry. All right, so we made it home. Once again, I keep saying it, but one of the goals to make it to the next generation, generation 2, is to max the cooking skill. So Renisha's going to head in and cook. Rico's going to do his homework and pretend like he knows what that even is because Rico did not go to school. But it's a good look. Like he likes to pretend like he was there. So he feels like it makes him less suspicious looking in his mom's eyes. All right, so Rico and Renisha are gonna sit down and enjoy dinner together. Renisha has no idea what Rico is doing. She thinks that her son is a perfect little angel, making decent grades because Renisha is just busy. She's busy and doesn't really have the time to check in, and she trusts her son. So She's going to be devastated to know that he skipped school. And they're just showing each other some love before bedtime. It's 9:30 at this point, so they will be needing to get some sleep for the next morning. It is 11:30 p.m. in the game, and Rico decides that it's the perfect time to play video games at 11 o'clock at night, even though he has school in the morning. Rico isn't tired. I mean, why would he be? He did not go to school. So he's just going to do what he wants to do. And in the next room, our girl Renisha is getting her beauty sleep because she knows that she has work tomorrow and we have goals we need to accomplish. She did not get promoted on day 1 of this episode. So hopefully by day 2, we can get her to a promotion. And Rico said, I'm not going to sleep. I'm up all night. He's just working on that video gaming skill. Maybe Rico will be a streamer. Who knows? All right, Rico is finally off the video game, so he's gonna use the bathroom, maybe, hopefully, take a shower if he wants to do halfway the right thing. And our girl's just passed out laughing in her sleep, having sweet dreams, while her son is just up at all hours of the night doing what he wants to do. All right, guys, Rico's finally getting into bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. But at least he's in the bed at this point, right? Hopefully tomorrow Rico will make the smart decision to go to school since he is lacking a little bit of supervision. It is the next morning and Renisha does have to be at work. So she didn't finish grading papers, so she might end up going into work a little bit late. But she's not in a good mood. Like, she's not in a good mood at all. Remember, our girl is hot-headed. It's one of the traits that you're supposed to have with the challenge. So she woke up, she's not in the best of moods, but she's going to grade those papers anyway because we need to get that promotion at least before the episode ends. All right, Rico is up for whatever reason. Maybe he's going to actually try and make it to school. And Renisha is off to work. So let's see. Hopefully Rico decides to go to school instead of skipping today because his grades are definitely suffering. And at least he's cleaning up after himself. So that's something. He's gaining responsibility in that way. And you guys, Rico ain't going to school. He was going to shoot some hoops and just stay home again, but I think we're going to have him go ahead and go to GeekCon. I've actually never played this through, and everybody's unavailable because everybody's at work or school except Rico. Rico don't got nothing but time, so we're going to head over to GeekCon. Okay, guys, so here we are at GeekCon, and Rico's kind of getting into video games, so this couldn't have happened at a more perfect time. You guys see him staying up late playing video games, and he's just about to hang out. It is Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. He's going to be the only teenager here, but that's okay. It doesn't bother him. He just doesn't want to go to school for some reason. So he's just going to hang out here. I did enjoy playing this through. I wish there was a little bit more to do at the festivals, but it was fun getting to watch him cut school and go to GeekCon. And to experience it with a teenager cutting school is even more fun.
Get a boost!
Rico definitely worked himself up an appetite, so he's going to go ahead and order a hot dog from the hot dog stand and just make the most of the day. It's actually a beautiful day in San Marino, and he took the train to get here. He's never even been to this world, so Rico's kind of just wilding out. Absolutely wilding out. His mother has never even been here. He literally took his allowance and said, I'm out of here, and went to San Marino to get out of the rain and weather that's happening in San Sequoia and just enjoy the day for himself. Okay, so the GeekCon challenges have begun. Head to the computer to test your programming skills in Hackathon or use the motion gaming rig to test your gaming skills in UGT. So we're definitely going to participate in that as soon as he finishes his hot dog. So Rico doesn't have the hacker skill like at all whatsoever. So my guess is that he's not going to do very well, but it's still really cute to take him to the festival and actually participate because I never go to festivals or let my Sims participate in festivals. So this challenge has been really, really fun. I'm going to end up being obsessed with challenges, and that's all I'm going to do on this channel now. So yeah, let's see how Rico fares with this hacking competition. So he got 19%, and I don't even know if I stayed around to the end of the festival because he does have to be home by 4 before his mom gets home from work. Otherwise, she's going to know that he's ditching. So we just got to make sure that we get our boy Rico home by 4. Otherwise, we're going to be caught. So I did have him come out here and use the telescope because he's very interested in like logic, and so I want to make sure that we're incorporating that in his skills because he likes to read. And so eventually I want him to be able to become a bookworm. So we're going to have him reading kind of a lot, which is so funny for a kid who doesn't like to go to school, doesn't like to follow rules. He doesn't really like or respect authority in that way, but he is well-mannered. He just doesn't like school. He wants to learn about the world on his own. He is adventurous. So I just realized that the time now is 4 o'clock, and so Rico is later than he's supposed to be. So his mom's going to figure out that he didn't go to school for sure. So we're going home. We made it home and we did get promoted to mentor teacher. We got a little bonus and a raise, but also we noticed that our son wasn't at school. So it's about to be a problem for Rico. Okay, and her brother's calling, but we're going to ignore that because Rico's in trouble. Our girl's like, where have you been? The school called me. They told me you haven't been to school in 2 days. Where have you been? He's like, oh my God, this is boring. You live in my house. You better follow my rules, Rico. Bet you gonna be at school tomorrow. Y'all know how block moms do. So it was just necessary. I didn't mean to have him go past the time that he was supposed to go home. I had planned on having him ditch more often, but now that his mom has caught him up, there's no way Rico's going to be able to continue to ditch school. So he's definitely going to be going to high school next episode, causing trouble there for sure. So that'll be interesting to watch him interact in that high school environment. So that'll be interesting. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Our girl Renisha's going to head inside and make herself something to eat and work on that cooking skill. So thank you so much, SimSiga, for making this challenge. And remind you, I never do them. And I just see myself so much in you and what you're doing. And I appreciate what you've done, just making a challenge around Black culture. So I challenge the rest of you to participate. This is for us, by us. Please participate in this challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.